Hey guys, what's up? This is JINAMOUNAINAI and we're here with Hellfire Scorpion. Now I decided to release a few short tutorials, breakdowns of certain moves, strings, hit confirms, and even vortex situations. The first one we're going to start with will be the 1-2-3 Fireball Cancel string. Now this string is the only one that received only a buff and nothing, so no mention of a nerf or whatever, like the 2-1-4, it has a gap, but it received also a buff. This one only received a buff, which is the standing 3 and the option to make it a true block string. Now, we're gonna start to see how we're gonna open up an opponent who is blocking. What are our 3 options to open up an opponent who is blocking? Then we're gonna see how we're gonna punish people who are meterlessly trying to either avoid your mix-up or punish your mix-up, and then we're gonna see how we punish armor moves. So first things first, how do we stop a blocking opponent? How do we open him up? The basic 3 things you have will be grab, forward or back, mix it up, will be the forward 2, which is an overhead, and the back 3, which is a low. Now, the good thing about this is that every option has its own option select. What does that mean? The grab will option select if they're blocking high or low. The forward 2 will option select if they're blocking low, if they're jumping, and most of the time if they're backdashing. The back 3 will option select if they're blocking high, if they are trying to jump, if they're low poking, and sometimes if you mess it up, if they're backdashing. So we're gonna see every single of those options. Grab, if they try to block low or even fuzzy guard the low overhead or something like that, grab will always open them up. If they are ready for the grab and they're trying any sort of backdash, neutral jump, or even neutral duck, which is the main threat of the grab. This is one thing you need to pay attention to. Do not get scouted grabbing. The grabbing shouldn't be your number 1. It shouldn't be your priority. Forward 2, back 3 should be used equally as much as the grab. Now the forward 2, as we mentioned, it will work if they're blocking low. It will work most of the times if they're backdashing, and it will of course always work if they're jumping. But the main thing you're using it is if they're blocking low. What they can do to stop that is stand up, but they cannot punish you. You're only -6. Or go for a low poke if they actually get it on time, because it's a window that they have to go for it within the 3 frames or something like that, and get a full punish with a conversion. Some characters can get a good punish like Scorpion, other characters get a shitty punish, but the back 3, which is the kind of the complementary of the forward 2, will of course work if they get the forward 2 and they block high. It will work if they go for a low poke to punish the forward 2. It will not work if they backdash, but it can work if they jump. I'm gonna try and show the conversion. It's gonna look like this. Sorry about that, I knew I missed it. Yeah, it's gonna look like this. Back 3, Fireball Cancel, 2-1 into Spear. You can even 2-1 into Teleport. It will do a little bit more damage. I'm gonna try and see that one. It's a little bit harder, but it's possible. Okay, one more time. Yeah, it will look like this. I go 29 instead of 22 or whatever that one was. Now the thing with these 3 mix-ups, you're using these mix-ups when you think he's gonna block. As I mentioned, the forward 2 will also catch backdash. It will also catch if they're jumping. It will back 3 will catch if they're low poking. Grab will work if they're going for a low to standing, if they're trying to fuzzy the overhead low, or if they're just too scared to press any buttons. But these options are if you guess he's gonna block. It's just stuff that you're mixing it up even there. Now the thing with what you're going to be using if you think that they're going to be pressing buttons or neutral ducking or backdashing is the standing 3. That's the move that binds everything together. If you think that this guy is going to press buttons, yeah, I stopped talking so I can get the cancel right. If you think this guy is going to stop pressing buttons, standing 3 is the move to do. It will catch if they're low poking, if they're releasing block to punish the grab, if they are backdashing. Oh my god. Dude, come on. Alright, he's gonna do it now. No? Alright. If they're backdashing, it will work. Whatever they try to do meterlessly, standing 3 will work and give you probably the most damage, not probably, it will give you the most damage of every single option you have. Standing 3 is a hit confirmable move that leads to about 40%. So it's your best move to do, and it's the move that's gonna make your opponent be afraid to go for that neutral, to go for the backdash, to go for that low poke, to go for the jump. And after he's scared of that, then you go for the grab overhead low, which you're, again, mixing it up. Don't get your opponent too used to seeing a grab, and then boom, you get scouted out and he goes for 40%. Also, we're gonna see how we're punishing armor moves. This is matchup dependent. You have 3 ways to punish armors, 4 if you count the backdash. One is Fireball Cancel Block. This one you want to be using it against, for example, Sub-Zero Slide, which you can only punish by low blocking. If you can jump over a move and either EX Teleport with punish it, or even run back and punish it, it's another amazing option because it also covers the backdash, and it's also pretty much keeps you safe from anti-air. So jumping 3 from Scorpion is almost impossible to be anti-aired. Like only 10% of the anti-air moves can actually anti-air the jumping 3. Last one that I like, my favorite to punish armor moves, is 1, 2, 3 teleport away. Now why this is amazing, if your opponent has an armor move which is overhead low or an armor into attack, you can do this, make it whiff, go for an EX teleport, go for a jump and punish. Again, matchup dependent. For example, Jax, he has an overhead dash fist which you can punish by blocking, and he has a high dash fist that you have to make it whiff with a neutral duck and then punish it. If you do this, both punches will whiff and you get a full combo. This is again matchup dependent. Know who you're fighting against, know how you want to punish him, and go for it. So this is pretty much it, a short breakdown on the 1, 2, 3. Mix them up with grab overhead low whenever you think he's going to block. Go for a standing 3 whenever you think he's going to press buttons. And go for the bait if you guess an armor move. Now one thing I just want to mention before I finish this, there is one really good strategy they can be using when they think you're going to go for a mix-up. Forward 2 will whiff if they get hit by the knee, and also the back 3. Now there's a timing where the back 3 works, but it's a different timing that if the knee would get blocked, so it's as if it doesn't exist. But the regular back 3 will whiff if they get hit by the knee. And this is where the standing 3 again comes into play and saves the day. It's easy to see the knee that it hit, and instead of a Fireball Cancel, go for a teleport. It's again the move that binds all of this together. It's that standing 3. Single-handedly, the move that's going to make your opponent be afraid to press buttons whenever he sees this string. Yeah, this is pretty much it what I wanted to share about the string. The next one I'm going to cover will be the 214. It has a couple of similar situations. Although it's a little bit different, it option select other things. So we're gonna see that one next. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.